Should men date women with children?
Should they?
Welcome back to another Mixed and Married podcast.
Today's topic, you guys, is a good one. We have been seeing a lot of lives. If you're on TikTok, you probably have noticed this at the time we are filming this. But there are a lot of discussions right now about men saying they don't want to date women with kids.
Yep.
I digress. But if you are somebody that has kids, I just think that it's weird for you to say, I don't want to date somebody with kids. So give me your opinion.
It's something that we can't understand as parents. It's just not how we're made. We're not driven like that. We've been parents for as long as we can remember.
Right.
I mean, as long as we've been parents. So it's really not for us to understand. I guess if to each his own. If people want to date somebody like that, that's cool. That's on them. But us being parents, I can speak for me. I'm probably speaking for you too. Yep. It's just unfathomable. We've always had kids, so how can you not date somebody with kids? You can't hold something like that against somebody. I said it all the time, it's an extension of you. The kids ain't nothing but an extension of you. So me loving you the way I love you, I can't help but to love the kids. Right. I mean, because I see, every time I look at the kids, I see you.
Right. So that's why we find this topic to be taboo. Yeah. And we're talking to the people who have kids. Now, if you're somebody that doesn't have kids and you don't want to date somebody with kids, that's very understandable. Right. You guys, we are talking about specifically people who have kids and they are saying, I don't want to date anybody with kids, as though women are damaged goods. Yeah. It just so happens that typically the women end up with the kids in most of the situations. Mm-hmm. I can't stand the word baggage. Right. My kids are not baggage. Yeah. That was a different chapter of my life.
Well, everybody has a past. Yeah. That's not baggage. Yeah. Those are the things that shape you.
Right.
That your past experiences shape you and make you the person that you are.
My kids are coming with me. I'm telling you.
If anything, you got to be grateful because that's made them the person that you're attracted to. Now, like I said, it's really hard for me to understand, but maybe it's just not for me to understand.
And there's a lot of it going on, you guys. I've tapped into lives where I'm sitting there listening, and we're talking about men who have kids. Mm-hmm. I am like, you got to be kidding me.
As men, we're providers.
Right.
So most men are providers. That's just how we're wired. We're wired to take care of our female companion and the kids. This is how we're wired.
And sometimes I feel like they're just scared. They're scared of the what if.
Yeah.
They're scared of maybe that other party. If you have kids, there's somebody else behind the kids. Yeah. Sometimes I think that they're scared to deal with those situations. But when you are dealing with real men and real women, there's boundaries that are going to be drawn. Yeah. I don't even think that the other party would let certain things happen when you're dealing with real men and real women.
You gotta have your stuff together. You really do. You can't sit there and there's always going to be a mom or a dad. So
in the back somewhere.
You know what I mean? Behind the scenes, and the other parent is somewhere. You're not just going to disappear usually.
Right.
Things happen. As a grown man, you have to know that that's going to be part of it.
Right.
But that doesn't mean you have to deal with them on a day-to-day basis, or sometimes not at all. Really, every situation is different.
Right.
And if you end up having a relationship with the kid's father or the kid's mother, so be it.
That's better for the kids anyway. Yeah. And that's a plus.
It doesn't always work out that way. And that's okay too, as long as the kids are good. Yeah. The kids have to be good in the situation.
And you have to think about those things when you are out there. Dating is scary. We all know that, especially at our age.
Not me. I ain't doing it.
You got to date with intention. When I was on the dating scene, I was always, not that I dated a lot anyway, but the people that I was talking to, I needed to know if you have kids. Because I need you to understand there may be times I can't go. I can't sit on the phone with you all day because I got kids to take care of. So just depending on what those factors are, I looked for people who have kids because more times than not, you're not going to understand what I have to deal with. Now, in some instances, you find a good person where they do understand and maybe they don't have kids. But I'm looking for somebody that had kids when I was on the dating scene.
It's all about communication. You put that stuff out there. You have kids. I'm looking for a relationship if that's what you're looking for. Or if you look, hey, you ain't even going to meet my kids. We're just going to be dating.
Exactly.
I mean, as long as it's up front and everybody knows the situation, it should be all good.
Right. So I know it's scary, and I know that is a big task. But when I hear men say that, it's
mind blowing to us.
It's mind blowing, and it makes a woman feel like we're damaged goods, and we're not damaged goods.
Yeah.
Everybody's situation is different when it comes to, you don't know what they have been through. Me personally, my relationship with Jason, he came on board. I had 3 kids. I came out of a marriage. My kids only knew their father. So he took on that responsibility, because what do you expect me to do with my kids?
Right.
And if you are a woman and you let a man into your life and you know that he does not want to deal with your kids, or he has even gave you
any kind of red flag,
hey, I don't want to deal with somebody else's kids, run. So if you don't run, that's your fault. I'm just being honest.
Because a lot of times us as adults, we think we can end up
changing.
Somebody be willing to change for us.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's true, but it's always going to happen.
You ain't going to tell me twice.
Right.
I ain't taking that risk, not with my kids.
Kids are too vulnerable.
Right.
Their feelings get hurt too easily. If that's not your intentions and that's not what you want, just lay it out there. Don't give that person the opportunity to say, hey, yes, I can deal with it, or no, I can't.
I mean, because that was a hard thing for me, because I wasn't used to that. Yeah. Even though I had kids, Jason had kids, I was used to being number one. I'm just being honest. So that was something that I had to learn in the beginning of our relationship, because I didn't know what to do. I'm just being honest. I didn't know what to do. Yeah. I just deal with my kids. My kids know me. I know how to talk to my kids, how I need to raise my kids. Yeah. So I'm walking into a relationship where his kids may be raised different from the way my kids were raised. And my tactics, the way I raise kids, may not work for his kids. So those are the things you truly have to think about. But you also have to think about, we're talking about kids more times than not. Now, if they're older, that's a little bit different. Especially, we're talking about teenagers. They're going through a lot as it is. That's when you get that
going crazy anyway.
That's when you get that back talk, all that stuff. Yeah. That's where boundaries and communication has to be set in place. Even if you have to have a big old meeting with the kids and that person, that's what has to happen. It's all about communicating. Let your kids know, if you see they're having issues, this person is not here to hurt you. Whatever your situation is, have that conversation.
And it's also when the adults have to be adults. Be an adult. Take control of the situation. Set it, like you said, set the boundaries. Hey, look, this is what we need to do. This is how it's going to be. Of course, everybody's not going to always be comfortable up front.
Right.
But as long as they can see that you love each other and that y'all are committed to each other.
Definitely true.
That right there will go a long way. That'll make everybody else start feeling more comfortable. Because, hey, look, he's going to be here or she's going to be here. It's not going to be just a few month thing.
So I got to figure out, how can we maneuver this situation?
Yeah, it's going to be the real thing. So they plan on being together. So we might as well.
So hopefully you have a good relationship with your kids. But to say a woman is damaged goods, because that's what was said,
that's just crazy.
Is crazy. When you have kids. Now, if you're not taking care of your kids and you want to act like you don't have kids and then go around and say, I don't want a woman with kids.
Like I said, if anything, you got to be thankful for the kids.
Right.
Because that's what shaped that woman into who she is today.
Right.
You know, or helped shape her into who she is today.
I believe there are really good, I don't even like to call it step parents, you guys, but there are really good bonus parents out there. I think sometimes we don't give people a chance also.
I think the step thing, I know it's a label or whatever.
Yeah, Jason doesn't like the word.
I don't even care for it. You're a parent. That doesn't mean, you're stepping up. You're the dad now. That's not necessarily true. You're a dad and you are helping take care of these kids. It is what it is. Not that you're trying to take somebody's place.
Of course, you can never take the other person's place.
It ain't even about that. And it's not about, I'm raising your kids. It's not even like that. It's about stepping up, being a man. And that's just part of your new responsibility.
Right.
So
if you accepted that relationship as a whole. So I always talk about that, and hopefully relationships and communication is a big part of the foundation that
it has to be to be able to make it work like that. It has to be. There's no way around that.
But like I said, when I came on into this relationship, it was scary. I didn't know what to do because I just wasn't used to it.
And you're always taking a chance. You just got to make sure don't rush into anything like that. Do what's best for the kids and for each other. I think a lot of times people mess up and here's the kids, or you know what I'm saying? And everybody's like, whoa, it's too much too soon. So just work your way into it slower, because it ain't fair to the kids either. Oh, by the way, it's a shock factor, so everybody's on edge. You learn the person that you're with. You know that you are working on being in a relationship and not just dating. If you're going to just date, leave the kids out of it. Just date.
To all my ladies, don't ever let anyone make you feel like you are less than because you have kids. No. Don't ever let anybody make you feel that way. Don't let anybody make you feel like you can't get somebody because you have kids. I had 3 kids. So each situation is very different. There are a lot of probably little things that people don't want. That's why you speak about things, talk about it, put it on the table. And if that's not what you want, let's move on. Especially at this young age of 50 and 52. Don't nobody got time for all that. If you're not ready, if you want a marriage and that other person's not ready, stop thinking that you can make them be ready.
Right. Because
they're with you. I just find it weird that people think they can change people. If that's the way they are, let them be. You move on. Let that person come to you. But understand, as a woman who has whatever your past situation was, if you have kids, don't ever think that you are not worthy enough or good enough for somebody else to find you and literally sweep you off your feet. That's my situation. But I'm just telling you guys, just make sure you find that person that really cares about you and cares about your kids and the well-being of your kids. There's somebody out there for everybody.
As long as you're mentally beyond what you went through in the past.
Yes.
And you're ready to move on. That right there, that's the hardest thing to do, is to be prepared before you start to jump into something else. Because I think most of us have probably moved a little too fast.
That's another big thing.
It is, definitely.
While you're in waiting, work on yourself. That's something that I had to do, because I was in a situation where I didn't want to bring what I went through into my next relationships. Go to counseling if you need to, whatever the case may be.
Because you could be angry, you could be resentful.
Right.
You don't want to bring all that into a new relationship, and the new person has to pay for the other person's sins. That's not going to be beneficial for anybody. So, like she said, work on you, make yourself a better person.
Right.
And be ready and prepared, so you can offer the next person the best parts of you.
If you don't know, we are relationship coaches. And just going through and reading a lot and understanding a lot of things that we had to tap in going through our course, it made us realize a lot of things. It was a bigger picture. I'm telling you. So just helping other people have a sustainable relationship and a relationship that lasts is our mission. We are a blended family. We have a total of 6 kids together.
What's the saying? Hers, mine, and ours.
Exactly. Now, most of you who know us from TikTok and our vlog channel page, we have 5 grown kids. Our youngest is small. She's 10. So
going on 30.
Tell me about it. So just be intentional. If for marriage is what you want, be intentional about everything that you do. Don't lead anybody on. Understand that there are kids involved. You have to think about their emotions. Think about their feelings. So even if you get serious with somebody and then all of a sudden you decide one day, I don't want to be there anymore, you still have to think about the kids. Everything you do affects that person and affects that kid.
Everybody in that household gets affected in some kind of way or another.
So if you're not ready for that, don't go through it. That's what we always say.
You don't want to put nobody through any extra stuff that is unnecessary, especially if you already knew that ahead of time.
You playing.
There's way too many feelings involved and way too many people that can be hurt and traumatized. It's not fair. The best thing we can do for our kids is show them how to be with their significant other, because we are their example.
Yes.
And we don't always succeed at that. We're not always the best at it. But we've learned, and we steadily learn. We learn every day, I believe. to be better and to do things different and to try to keep putting the best foot forward.
Relationships don't come with instructions. Parenting does not come with instructions. Sure. And just to piggyback off of what Jason said is we want to be the example. Just for example, what he does is he's always buying my girls, they're me and his girl, flowers, opening the door for them, all those kind of things, because it just shows them what to expect or demand when they get out in the world. So just be intentional because your kids are always watching you. And you just want to set a good example.
And a lot of times it goes a long way. It really does. Little bitty things the kids know. Sydney texted me today that she loved me.
No. See, I didn't even know that.
Just kind of the blue. So.
But that's the relationship. And these are the things that people are scared of. And you shouldn't be scared. Tap into it. If it seems like this ain't what I really want, then you go from there. But I didn't even know that Sydney texted him. Now, my kids love him that much. They don't need to call me to talk to Jason. They call him, they text him, call him for advice, whatever the case may be. We just don't have that type of blended family where all that other stuff is going on. Y'all know what I mean. My kids are very comfortable with him and vice versa.
Sometimes too comfortable.
So we talk about y'all. In our blended family, we talk about everything from A to Z. I don't want my kids to be afraid to talk. That's how we deal with our family dynamic. You guys let us know. If you're in a situation where you're saying, I don't want to date somebody with kids, and you have kids, please let us know. Why do you feel that way? I'm just curious.
Especially if you already have kids.
We're talking about the ones that already have kids. The people who don't have kids, you still can chime in, but we understand that dynamic. But if you have kids, men or women, and you're saying you don't want to date somebody with kids, please let us know. Inquiring minds want to know. We always say that. So, you got anything else you want to add? Or
just let us know if there's some other topics that y'all would like for us to cover. I know we've been gone for a minute, but we've been tied up with a bunch of stuff.
And we are on TikTok. For those of you who don't know, a lot of you guys don't realize we are on TikTok. We are getting our Instagram together. So a lot of the stuff that's on Instagram is probably just going to piggyback off of what is on TikTok. You guys, we go live on TikTok also. We could do a lot of things. TikTok is just the place to be. I'm not going to even lie.
We got our hands in a bunch of stuff, though. We're always doing something. We're always busy.
Relationship coaching, all that stuff we do because we love. There's two things that me and Jason love. We love fitness and we love coaching other couples. We want you guys to flourish just like we have in both those areas.
We want everybody to win in life, health-wise, relationship-wise. All that stuff ties in together. Need it all synced. So
if you're watching us here on YouTube, of course, catch us on Spotify. We are on Spotify also. Definitely catch us over there. Catch us on TikTok. We go live randomly over there on TikTok.
On a couple different channels.
Everything is Mixed and Married over there. So just definitely catch us. We appreciate you guys. We appreciate the support. But definitely let us know your opinion in the comment section. We want to know your opinion. And give us some suggestions for things that you want to hear in the future. So we are out of here, you guys. Have a good one. Bye.